Happy Friday, folks. It's Friday, July 25th, 2025. My father would be 97 years old today had he survived, but happy birthday in heaven, Dad. We got a happy weekend coming up here in New York. It was triple digits in my shop today. Very brutal heat conditions, and I'm filming this in my garage right now, and it's pretty toasty out here, so I'm going to make it quick. I ordered a whole bunch of cool things that I'd love to share with you guys, but only 3 sort of mediocre things arrived. But as the fun stuff arrives, maybe I'll do another unboxing. Those of you who followed any of my previous videos may know that I injured my finger just over a week ago last week. I had a piece of wood fire out of the table saw at my shop and gave me 5 stitches and fractured my finger, but it's healing nicely. Unfortunately, as I unwrap these things, you're going to see my Frankensteinian finger, and I apologize for that, but I want to give it some open air. So let's start with the small item here and see what arrived. And hopefully I don't slice any other fingers while I'm doing this, but okay, so I ordered, I've been dabbling with this O-scale or O27 train that I picked up at an estate sale a few weeks ago, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it yet. And actually, here's the work caboose, and it was missing. As you see here, it's missing this axle. So I picked up an axle on eBay for a couple bucks, and yeah, looks like it'll go in there just fine. It looks sort of like it's just a pressure fit into the plastic, and I'll mess with that off camera, and then that will sort of restore these most of the rolling stock that I got with this sale, and then it'll get me into a more running condition with the set. As I say every time I feature this thing, I don't know what I'm going to do with this O-scale, O-gauge, whatever you want to call it, O27. It's not really my thing, but I like all sorts of toys, and you know, this price was great, couldn't be beat. So I don't mind dabbling into it, but I sort of dread the idea of sort of getting addicted into another scale and all that sort of stuff. But anyhow, enough lamenting about that. I'll just put everything aside, and we'll, if I decide to sell it, I will at least have a complete rolling set. So, another thing that came, I meant to feature this on my last video, was I occasionally like to get these whimsical type of characters, and here's this sort of backpacking frog traveler. As I set up some of my other layouts or other scenes with action figures and stuff like that, some of them are like holiday related and things like that, and I like to throw some whimsical characters in there. This is just a non-articulated figure, and it's pretty small. He looks like he's only about 2 inches tall, but he actually makes a nice comparison size for 1/18 scale figures or 3.75 inch figures. For example, I guess if we pull this locomotive over here, as just sort of a quick comparison, you know, if he's at the train station waiting, he's just a little guy with his backpack on, and he can be hanging out with some of the other figures. There you go. So once again, this is a Japanese Gashapon figure, and I've talked a little bit about Gashapon stuff before. I love Gashapon stuff. So for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who are like me, a kid from the 1970s, you certainly remember the gumball machines where you put in a a quarter or something, and you'd get a plastic capsule with a toy or some bubble gum or something like that. And Gashapon kind of reminds me of that stuff. You put they're Japanese vending machines, and you put coins in there, and you get a capsule, and each capsule has a toy or something. And the range of things in the Gashapon vending machines is just beyond any sort of description I can convey here. You can get almost anything from homage toys, anything from girls' toys to miniature furniture to I've gotten articulated army men, which if you scroll back in some of my videos, I featured them. Just all sorts of cool stuff. And you have to hunt properly to find the right scale figures for your world building. Sometimes some of the stuff is 1/18 scale, which is what I prefer for my stuff. So another thing that arrived last week that I neglected to mention was I'd shown this G.I. Joe belt and scabbard for combat knife. I'd finally gotten the holster from another vendor, so it's sort of a match set. I think this belt goes with the set, but I don't think this buckle did. Or maybe you can swap the buckle out or whatever. But I kind of like the buckle. The kid mannequin is coming together finally to a way where I like it, and it looks like I'd like to find a 45 for him. It doesn't have to be a G.I. Joe brand, but I'd certainly like a vintage and probably plastic so the belt stays put. But maybe some sort of cap gun. I don't know. I'm trying to avoid metal because I don't want it to sag down. But I'll keep my eyes out for a 45 for him, or another suitable pistol. But it does look like it should be a 45. And there's a fellow on Facebook, and he printed up custom fabric to make adult human size G.I. Joe camouflage fatigues. And he's got the fabric up on Spoonflower right now. I've been searching for a camo fabric for this mannequin. Not a camo fabric, a camo suit from the late 60s, mid 60s. That I know was made for Army play, and I see it maybe once every year and a half pop up on eBay, and I always lose out on it. I wanted to get a set for this display, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So with this G.I. Joe camouflage, the fellow actually made a set of fatigues for himself, and he went to one of the Joe conventions, and it looked great. So I think I'm going to get a couple yards of fabric, and I have a friend whom is an excellent seamstress. Her website is called susofashions.com, and she's helped me out on so many projects with my work and everything like that, and my hobbies, and she's brilliant. So I got to talk to her about making a set of fatigues for this guy. In that fabric. So back to opening stuff up. Let's see what we got in the other packages. So let's see. Sorry that this is not really all exciting toy related stuff. As I said, that stuff is on order and has not arrived yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But hey, maybe, somebody will get a kick out of this stuff anyway. So I picked up so I've been trying to, this is another thing I've been trying to get. So I love this camouflage pattern. This is U.S. World War II camouflage. This is actually the beach side or the tan side. But I love this camo pattern. This is basically the camo pattern that's on the Marines helmets at Iwo Jima, and the reverse side, the green side, which this hat doesn't feature, would be even in Europe, in some of the Army fatigues early in the European campaign. I think it might have been the 9th Armored Division had a bunch of guys issued with the camo fatigues, but this is mostly associated with this the Pacific Theater. So of course in World War II they didn't wear boonie hats like this, but I'm a huge fan of the boonie hat, and I basically live in a boonie hat all summer long, doing my yard work and stuff. And this seller on eBay, I can't recall the name immediately. He has the green side, but I always miss out. And he had it for extra large, but I think it's just too big. So I grabbed a large in the beach side, and I'm going to add that to my weekend wear camo. So it's pretty cool. I like that. Love this camo. This is my favorite. I think just because I was a kid. I think a lot of war movies, they had the Sands of Iwo Jima, and I would even say maybe Sergeant Saunders in combat, although I want to say I think he's wearing parachute camouflage on his helmet cover, but not sure on that one. I'll have to revisit that. That was a little before my time, combat. So this is the last package here, and let's open this up and see what we got. Of course, all right, we go for the gusto here. Here we go. So, my previous video, I mentioned about the flags for the layouts and everything, and I got a few more flags. All these are 3" by 5", but so here's a sort of Jolly Roger flag. I don't know if I'll. I don't really do anything pirate related, but I do World War II and World War I stuff, and I thought I just picked this up thinking maybe it can be sort of SS or but it actually seems a little more appropriate, like some of the World War I trench raiders or Freikorps would maybe use this. So anyway, I didn't want to just waste an order and get only one flag from this vendor. So this one was also a good price, so I grabbed it. But this is the one I really wanted from him, and this is obviously the Seabees. My dad was a Seabee in the Second World War, and it's kind of apropos, being that it's his birthday today. So those of you who are aware in some of my older videos, I have the 1/18 scale salvage vessel that I'm making, the double hulled vessel. And I have a whole bunch of photo shoots in mind I want to do, like where it's dockside and being loaded up and stuff like that. So among other things, I have this 1/18 scale Navy stake body truck, and there's a couple photo shoots I'd like to do with it, loading up the, delivering cargo to the salvage vessel and stuff. Or I also have a couple 1/18 scale bulldozers. So I don't know. I just kind of thought maybe the flag would be a good companion piece somehow with the truck, or maybe some outbuildings. I could put the flag out there with the Navy vehicles. Yeah, Seabees can do. Very cool. That's about it. So sort of referencing back over here to the holster, it's a little roached. It's kind of rough on the other side. It's a little stiff. But what you can do is condition the leather and make it supple again. And I'll take care of all that. I'll rub all this down. I'll test it first to make sure it doesn't discolor, or if I should do the raw side of the leather. But here's a good example of like what I'm trying to work out of this stuff. This little fold here is kind of crispy, and it keeps folding back. So I'll want to condition this back and maybe just get it a little more presentable looking. I've done it before in the past. You can actually iron leather. I've had East German jack boots that are sort of pebble finished. And when I used to do World War II reenacting, sometimes, East German jack boots were all you can get at the time, so you'd use a lot of water and you'd iron out that pebble finish. So you can do a lot of things with the leather to restore it. You're not always stuck with dry, crispy leather. Another good product is a product called Lexol, but this one I got somewhere, and since I have it, we're going to use it. So that's about it for now, folks. Hopefully some more goodies will arrive, and I hope the weather eases up a bit so I can do a pretty fun photo shoot I have in mind for you guys. Okay, folks, happy Friday. Talk to you soon.